Hi students, good evening. Welcome to the Turito. And students, we have been doing the chemical bonding chapter and now we are going to discuss a very important topic that is called hybridization. And hybridization comes after the valency shell electron pair repulsion theory. The hybridization comes after the valency shell electron pair repulsion theory. And students, the basic concept of the hybridization is to explain the stability of the molecule. It was a hypothetical concept, it doesn't exist in reality. Hybridization is a hypothetical concept. See, according to valency shell electron pair repulsion theory, due to the repulsion between the electron pairs, there will be change in the shape of the molecule and there will be deviation in the bond angle of the molecule. But students, as far as if the larger the distance between the electron pairs, lesser is the repulsion between the electrons. And lesser is the electron repulsion and greater is the stability. Based on that point, hybridization concept was introduced by the scientist Linus Pauling. According to him, the hybrid orbitals will overlap more than the pure orbitals. The extent of overlapping in the hybrid orbitals is more than the pure orbitals. And second point, hybrid orbitals will orient in the space in such a way the distance between the electron pairs, the bond angle between the electron pairs is maximum, therefore repulsion is minimum, hence stability is more. In order to explain these two factors, the hybridization concept was introduced by Linus Pauling. So, valency shell electron pair repulsion theory says that presence of lone pair of electrons makes it unstable. I mean, changes the shape of the molecule and deviates the bond angle because of the repulsion between the electron pairs. And hybridization concept was introduced in such a way, because of this hybridization, the atomic orbitals will lie in the space or orient in the space in such a way, the bond angle is more when compared to the pure orbitals, hence the distance is maximum, so repulsion is minimum, stability will be more. So, hybridization concept, let us see students. Yeah, and this was introduced by Linus Pauling like this. This hybridization concept was introduced by the Linus Pauling and basically what do you mean by hybridization? The orbitals of the every molecule will have the central atom. For example, in CH4, carbon is the central atom. In H2O, oxygen is the central atom. In NH3, nitrogen is the central atom. To add the atom to which the remaining atoms are attached in a molecule is known as central atom. So, every molecule will have one central atom. In that central atom, the hybridization process takes place. The orbitals of the valency shell of the central atom in its isolated state will merge up, will mix up and redistribute into the new orbitals of identical energies. So, the mixing up of the atomic orbitals, valency orbitals of the central atom and redistribution into the orbitals of identical energies are known as the hybrid orbitals, and the process is known as the hybridization. Here different energies, of course almost some less difference in their energies, will mix up and redistribute into the new orbitals in which every orbital's energy is identical. So, this process is known as the hybridization. The intermixing of the atomic orbitals of the valency shell of the central atom and redistribute into the new orbitals of identical energy are known as the hybrid orbitals, and the phenomena is known as the hybridization. See, that is what the orbitals of almost nearly same energy, means the energy difference between the orbitals is very less. They will intermix and redistribute into the orbitals of identical energy. After the hybridization, every orbital's energy is absolutely same. There will be no difference. That is called hybridization. See, the number of hybrid orbitals always formed is equal to the number of atomic orbitals taking part in the hybridization. See, if the two atomic orbitals are taking part in the hybridization, you will get the two hybrid orbitals formed. If you are getting two atomic orbitals are involving the hybridization, you will get the two hybrid orbitals formed. If you involve three atomic orbitals in the hybridization, you will get the three hybrid orbitals formed, like that. Okay. Yeah, every orbital will have the identical energy. As I told you, every orbital will have the identical energy. Before formation of hybrid orbitals, the atomic orbitals may have the little difference in their energies. But once they mix up and redistribute into the orbitals, then every orbital will have the identical energy. That is the unique feature of the hybridization. Yeah, that's what. In case of hybrid orbitals, the extent of overlapping is more. As the extent of overlapping is more, the bond formed will be more stronger. Greater is the extent of overlapping, stronger is the bond formation. That is the reason why, see, extent of overlapping is more, the strength of the bond is more, bond energy is more. Bond energy is more means stability will be more. So, that's what. Greater is the extent of overlapping, stronger is the bond formation. See, that's what these hybrid, as the very beginning only I told you why this hybridization concept was introduced. The hybrid orbitals will lie in the space in such a way that the angle between the hybrid orbitals is maximum. Therefore, there will be no repulsion between the orbitals. There will be no repulsion between the electron pairs. So, the repulsion is minimum and bond angle is maximum. Okay. Yeah, just like in valency bond theory, it is said that only half-filled orbitals only overlap. But in case of hybridization, this is not the rule. Even empty orbitals or filled orbitals or half-filled orbitals, all types of orbitals can take part in the bond formation in case of hybrid orbitals. Okay, Nanna? Now let us see the hybridization. See students, each and every hybrid orbital I will explain manually. Each and every type of hybridization I explain manually. So, you take your notebook and pen and each and every diagram I am explaining here, you write manually in your notebook. While writing only you will learn everything. Writing is very important. Simply I am writing, simply you are listening. For momentary it appears to be you are understanding everything, but later on you will find it hard. But if you write in your notebook, if you maintain very neatly written notebook, then everything it should reflect your clarity in your mind. So, write down each and every diagram I write here and you also follow me. So, by end of each and every diagram, you will learn everything about the diagram. Okay, right. So, types of hybridization. First of all, let us see sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization. See, let us say formation of methane. Configuration of the carbon is 2s1 2p3. 2s1 2p3, and here that means excited state configuration of the carbon. So, it will have the orbitals like 1 it is s orbital, 3 are the p orbitals. It undergoes sp3 hybridization. It undergoes sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization means 1 s orbital and 3 p orbitals are taking part in the bond for hybridization. So, this is 1 s orbital. and 3 p orbitals like this, 3 p orbitals. The shape of the p orbital, students, dumbbell. 3 p orbitals take part in the hybridization and forms 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals like this. So, 1 s orbital and 3 p orbitals take part in the hybridization and will form the 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals like this. Now, each and every orbital contains the s character as well as the p character. See, the energy, now s orbital and p orbital may have the difference in their energies, they will have less difference in their energies. The energies of the s orbital and p orbital will not be same, s is more closer to the nucleus, so lesser is the energy. So, what happens, students? S orbital and p orbital will have different energies, but once they participate in the hybridization, once they mix up and redistribute as hybrid orbitals, then each and every orbital, here we have 4 lobes, each lobe is considered to be 1 orbital, and each hybrid orbital will contain the identical energies, and each hybrid orbital will contain the S character, sp3 hybridization, S character 25% and p character 75%. So, each and every hybrid orbital contains the S character 25% and P character 75%. Every lobe, 4 lobes are there. Every lobe will contain the S character 25% and P character 75%. And the shape of the molecule here is, now each and every hybrid orbital of sp3 hybrid orbital of carbon will overlap with the s orbital of hydrogen atom like this. This is the overlapping of the sp3 hybrid orbital of carbon with the s orbital of hydrogen atom like this. And now this is called that, and this is sigma sp3s bond. What does it indicate? The here sigma bond is formed due to the overlapping of sp3 hybrid orbital of the carbon with the s orbital of hydrogen atom. And like this, students, here also sp3s and here also sp3s and here also sp3s like this. Now, students, shape of the molecule here now tetrahedral and bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes. Like this. This is the formation of the methane molecule. The shape of the molecule is tetrahedral and bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes and S character is 25% and P character is 75%, and this is how methane molecule is formed. And if you see the methane molecule, this is the methane molecule, hydrogen, 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 and this is the bonding orbital picture of the methane formation. This is how it is formed. Write down, students. If you write down, then only you will learn everything. See here, the clear information about the methane molecule is formed. How carbon atom, central atom is carbon atom. How it undergoes sp3 hybridization. 1s and 3p orbitals are taking part in the hybridization. 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals are formed which are overlapping with the s orbitals of hydrogen atom. Therefore, 4 sigma sp3s bonds are formed. Yeah, write down these, students. This is the formation of methane molecule, students. And similarly, we will see the formation of the ethane molecule once you are done with the methane molecule. Now let us see the formation of ethane C2H6. Formation of ethane. This is also example of sp3 hybridization only. Here we have a molecule like this. And the specialty of the ethane molecule is here we will have two central atoms. Both the carbon atoms in this ethane molecule will undergo hybridization. Let us say, for our convenience sake, regard it as 1 and regard it as 2, C1 and C2. Okay. Now students, each carbon undergoes sp3 hybridization. So the carbon configuration is 2s1, 2p3. Two S1, 2p3. And like this, it undergoes sp3 hybridization. Yeah, each carbon, both the carbon atoms will undergo sp3 hybridization, students. That means one s orbital and 3p orbitals take part in the hybridization like this and forms 4 sp3 hybrid orbital like this. So now each carbon forms the 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. Let us say this is the hybrid orbitals of the carbon 1. Like this is the C1 and C2 also undergoes same hybridization and there will be overlapping between the orbitals. Like this. This is sigma sp3 overlapping. Like this, each carbon there will be overlapping between the two carbon atoms sigma sp3. Apart from this carbon-carbon overlapping, each carbon will overlap with the 3 hydrogen atoms individually, and this is sigma sp3s. This is sigma sp3s, and this is sigma sp3s. And here also this is sigma sp3s overlapping and sigma sp3s overlapping. So each carbon forms 3 sigma sp3s bonds and overall there will be 6 sp3s overlapping and there will be 1 sigma sp3 bond formation between both the carbon atoms like this. And this is sigma sp3 and remaining are sigma sp3s. And here also shape is tetrahedral. None. Bond angle is 108 degrees 28 minutes. Each contains the S character 25% and P character 75%. Like this. This is the information about the ethane molecule, students. Formation of ethane molecule. See, it is there right in front of you. This is how ethane molecule is formed. and this is the methane molecule, both are sp3 hybridization, and this is also example of sp3 hybridization. So this is all the formation of ethane molecule, students. Yeah, now we will move on to sp2 hybridization. I hope these two are the examples for sp3 hybridization, and this kind of, if you write this complete notes of this sp3 formation of methane and ethane molecule, your board exams also it will be very useful. Okay. Now sp2 hybridization. Now formation of BCl3, formation of boron trichloride. See, boron configuration, excited state configuration is, students, 2s1 2p2, 2s1 2p2. There will be one unpaired electron in the s orbital and two unpaired electrons in the p orbital. And in BCl3 molecule, it is like this. This is the boron and this is the chlorine and chlorine and chlorine. So boron is the central atom. So boron has to undergo hybridization. So it undergoes sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization. One s orbital, my students. One s and three p orbitals are taking part in the hybridization. Sorry, not 3p orbitals, sorry, 2p orbitals, sorry. And this will form the 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. Three sp2 hybrid orbitals. And each hybrid orbital, these are the 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals of the boron, and now each hybrid orbital will overlap with the p orbital of chlorine atom, because it is the bond formation between boron and chlorine. Chlorine contains the p orbitals, therefore it will overlap with the p orbital of chlorine. Like this. And this is the BCl3 molecule. And shape is planar trigonal. Planar trigonal. And bond angle is 120 degrees. Planar trigonal and bond angle is 120 degrees. Hybridization is S character is 33.34% and P character is 66.66%. Like this. So this is the formation of BCl3 molecule, students. Here the bond is sigma sp2p. What does it indicate? Here sigma bond is formed between the sp2 hybrid orbital of boron with the p orbital of chlorine. And similarly this is also sigma sp2p and this is also sigma sp2p. Yeah, this is the sp2 hybridization example, students. Very important. This is how you have to write the clear picture of each and every molecule. Then only you will come to know the what the subject is. I mean, while writing only, while drawing like this manually, you will learn everything. So this is the formation of the BCl3 molecule. This is the BCl3 molecule. Now let us see the formation of ethylene molecule. sp2 hybridization only. Formation of C2H4, my dear students. So, carbon 2s1 2p3 like this. But students, if you see the formation of the ethylene molecule, it would be like this. There is a double bond between the both the carbon atoms, double bond between the four carbon atoms, I mean 2 carbon atoms, and here 2 hydrogen atoms, here 2 hydrogen atoms like this. So here one is the sigma bond, and the other one is the pi bond. The pi bond formation cannot be made by the hybrid orbitals. I already told you during the differences between sigma bond and pi bond. The hybrid orbitals will always form the sigma bonds, they never form the pi bonds. So here we have one pi bond, so that must not have been formed by the hybrid orbital, that must have been formed by pure orbital. Therefore, here we need to have one pure orbital out of 4 and 3 must be hybrid orbitals, 1 must be pure orbitals. Therefore, students, it undergoes sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization. So, students, one s orbital and 2p orbitals. Like this will undergo hybridization to form the 3sp2 hybrid orbitals like this. So here two carbon atoms, both of them will undergo hybridization, students. Here we have two central atom, just like in ethylene, here ethane, here also we have two central atoms, carbon 1, carbon 2, both of them will undergo hybridization. So each carbon by undergoing the hybridization will form the 3sp2 hybrid orbitals, my dear students. Like this, and each one contains the see both will undergo overlapping. Therefore, here you will get the sigma sp2 overlapping, students. Here this is sigma sp2 overlapping, and it is this bond, this sigma bond between sigma sp2. Now each carbon contains the one pure orbital which is lying perpendicular to the internuclear axis. Like this, like this. Now this pure orbital which lying perpendicular to each other will undergo sidewise overlapping, thereby they will form the pi bond like this. This is the pi bond. And here you will have a bond with the s orbital overlapping like this. Therefore, students, here what kind of bond it is? Sigma sp2s overlapping, sigma sp2s overlapping. Like this. And the shape of the molecule is planar trigonal. Bond angle is 120 degrees. Planar trigonal and bond angle is 120 degrees. In each one, what is the hybridization? I mean, what is the S character? Same. S character 33.333.4 percent, and P character is 66.66%. Like this. And this is the information of the formation of the ethylene molecule, students. Here 1s and here 3sp2 hybrid orbitals. And here you have a pi bond, let us say here half pi bond and here half pi bond, you can say pi bond. And this is the complete picture of ethylene molecule. Formation of ethylene molecule. Now students, let us see the sp hybridization. See, this is the sp hybridization. And students, formation of BeCl2 molecule, very important. Formation of BeCl2 molecule. Formation of BeCl2. And this is very important for your board exams also. What is the central atom? Beryllium chloride will look like this. It is beryllium chloride. Beryllium is forming 2 sigma bonds with the 2 chlorine atoms. Central atom is beryllium. So students, as what is the configuration of the beryllium? Beryllium is excited state configuration 2s1 2p1. 1 unpaired electron in the s orbital and 1 unpaired electron in the p orbital. This will undergo sp hybridization. So student, one s orbital and one p orbital will overlap to form the 2 sp hybrid orbitals like this. These are the sp hybrid orbitals. And this is the s orbital and this is the s orbital and this is the p orbital, and here you have 2 sp hybrid orbitals. And these 2 sp hybrid orbitals, this is the 2 sp hybrid orbitals of the beryllium, which will overlap with the p orbitals of the chlorine atoms. Like this. So here shape of the molecule is linear and bond angle is 180 degrees. Shape of the molecule is linear and bond angle is 180 degrees. And students, what kind of overlapping it is? Sigma sp2 p overlapping and sigma sp2 p overlapping, and shape is linear and bond angle is 180 degrees. And what is the S character here? 50%. sp hybridization. S character is 50% and p character is 50%. Like this. And this is the formation of BeCl2 molecule. This is how it happened, formation of BeCl2. Shape is linear and bond angle is 180 degrees. Now if we complete this, then we have to see the formation of acetylene molecule. Formation of acetylene molecule, same. Formation of acetylene molecule. Acetylene molecules is like this. No one. And this is the formation of acetylene molecule. And here it is one pi bond, and here it is a one pi bond, and here we have a sigma bond. So acetylene molecules, again we have two central carbon atoms, students. We have two central carbon atoms. Each carbon will undergo hybridization now. See, now each carbon is forming the two pi bonds. As I already told you, the pi bonds cannot be formed by the hybrid orbitals. So, as the two pi bonds must be formed by two pure orbitals. So, each carbon should contain the two pure orbitals and two hybrid orbitals, so that it has to undergo sp hybridization. Carbon configuration is 2s1 2p3, and there is one unpaired electron in this orbital and three unpaired electrons. So each carbon undergoes sp hybridization. So one s orbital and one p orbital like this will give you the two sp hybrid orbitals. One s and one p, and these are two sp hybrid orbitals. Okay, Nana. Now here sp hybrid orbitals, both the carbon atoms will undergo sp hybridization. Therefore, each carbon forms two sp hybrid orbital. This is the carbon 1, and this is the another carbon like this. Like this, and every carbon contains the two pure orbitals, like this. So every carbon contains the two pure p orbitals which lie perpendicular to the internuclear axis, and here pi bond takes place. They will undergo sidewise overlapping like this. And each sp hybrid orbital will overlap with the like this. This is sigma SPS, SPS like this, sigma SP overlapping. And this here we have one pi bond, and here we have one pi bond. And very importantly, students, while considering the structure, you should not consider the pi bonds. You should consider only the sigma bonds. If you consider the sigma bonds, they lie along with the internuclear axis, therefore shape is linear. bond angle is 180 degrees. And here also S character is 50% and P character is 50%, like this. And this is how acetylene molecule is formed, students. Now we have all the molecules here, right from the sp3 to sp. I have shown different examples manually. Yeah, this is the methane molecule, this is the ethane molecule, and this is the BCl3, and this is the ethylene, and this is the BeCl2, example of sp hybridization, and this is the acetylene, formation of acetylene. Okay, Nana, this is how the hybrid orbitals hybridization takes place. We have seen the example of sp3, sp2 and sp. In similar way, sp3d, sp3d2, sp3d3 will follow. And here also, in order to answer the questions in competitive exams like NEET, you need to be perfect with one table. If at all you get any questions from hybridization, so the table will be very, very useful to solve those questions. Let us go for the table. You write down like this: number of electron pairs. First of all, number of electron pairs, and shape expected, number of bond pairs, number of lone pairs, hybridization. Next column is hybridization, or you can say that hybridization type, like this. And one is number of electron pairs, the next is shape expected, next number of bond pairs, number of lone pairs, hybridization type, and shape obtained, and bond angle, and example, like this. Number of electron pairs, shape expected, number of bond pairs, number of lone pairs, hybridization type, shape obtained, bond angle, and example. Number of electron pairs are 2. Shape expected is linear. Number of bond pairs 2, lone pair 0. Then hybridization would be sp. Example of beryllium chloride. 2 bond pairs means there must be sp hybridization. Shape obtained linear only. And bond angle is 180 degrees. Example of C2H2, BeCl2, and etc. And this table is very, very important, students. Just like in valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, here also we should write one table. And number of electron pairs are 3. Shape expected is planar trigonal. Nana, this is planar trigonal. PTZ means planar trigonal. 3 bond pairs, lone pairs. Type is sp2, PTZ, and it is 120 degrees. And example is BCl3. and 4 shape expected is tetrahedral, and 4 0 sp3 tetrahedral, and 109 degrees 28 minutes. CH4. And tetrahedral. Number of bond pairs 4, 0. Hybridization is sp3 and it is pyramidal. And this is 107 degrees and NH3. Tetrahedral only expected. Number of bond pairs, sorry, here not 4, 3. And this is 2 and 2, shape expected is angular. 104 degrees 30 minutes and H2O. And this is what, students? Very important, Anna. So this table must be written. You will get the questions from this table only. Now, 5 bond pairs of electrons, 5 electron pairs you take. Then shape expected is trigonal bipyramid, Nana. This is called TZBP, means trigonal bipyramid. And number of bond pairs are 5, lone pairs are 0, hybridization takes place is sp3d. Then all the bond pairs of electron shape obtained is also trigonal bipyramid. And bond angle is 120 degrees and 90 degrees. Equatorial position 120 and axial position 90 degrees, and example is PCl5. TZBP, and this is 4, 1. Hybridization is sp3d only, sp3d only, and shape is seesaw, and the bond angle will be, you will get the same, around 120 degrees, 90 degrees only you will get, and example is SCl4. And 5, same shape expected is trigonal bipyramid, and this is 3 and this is 2, sp3d, and the shape of the molecule is T shape. And less than 90 degrees, ClF3, chlorine trifluoride. Same 5, same trigonal bipyramid, this is 2 and this is 3. Hybridization still interesting, sp3d only, and shape will be obtained is linear. and this is 180 degrees and XeF2 is the answer, I mean example. And students, this is very important table, and this one in next class students. In next class, I will explain you how to find out the hybridization and what are the shortcut methods to find out the hybridization. By using the hybridization, how you decide the bond angles of different molecules and all the related things I will explain you in the next class. And I have written everything manually so that you can understand in better way. If you also write them all in your notebook manually, you will get the greater degree of clarity. Okay. So, in next class we will continue this hybridization. Till then, have a nice time and have a safe time.